Hello and welcome back to MCFC Connect. Today we are talking about Man City's new Argentinian wonder kid from River Plate that we signed over a year ago, but we then stay out on loan. And recently he also had a really good campaign with the Argentina under-20s, which he sadly lost in the final, but despite that he had a really good campaign. So we're going to be looking at Claudio Echeverri and what he's going to bring to Man City, what he offers us now and possibly in the future. Well, possibly in the future and possibly now. Who knows the effect that Claudio Echeverri could have on us. But look, it's definitely a very exciting time to be a City fan. This guy, if you've watched his highlights, which we will have a look at a small clip of in this video, he looks sick. And if he can live up to that in the Premier League, suddenly we've got a real good asset on our hands. So, look, let's dive straight into these stats that I've mentioned already in the Under-20s South American Championship of 2025. It started against Brazil, where he got 2 goals and 1 assist, being one of his best games in the tournament by the looks of it. Only played 60 minutes as well, so only played 2/3 of the match. Got a big goal against Colombia, a goal that would have equalised / put them in the lead. So, again, big goal there. Didn't contribute for the next 2 games, so wasn't much going on, to be fair, but did enough to keep him in it. And to be fair, he didn't get as much minutes as he had in these 2. Now then, moving on to Chile under-20s, he got 1 assist, which, look, it's an assist that helps him win the game. And then on to one of his next really good games, Uruguay under-20s, got 3 goal contributions. That's 3 of the 4 goals that have essentially come from him. So, just a really good game against Uruguay there. Colombia didn't contribute again, not much going on. And Brazil, he came back to haunt them with his third goal in the tournament. Against them anyway, 6th in the tournament. But in 9 games, you got 9 goal contributions, 6 goals, 3 assists, no cards either, so he must have been relatively well disciplined, to be fair to him. And look, just some really good stats, really good things to be hopeful about Claudio, if you ask me. If these aren't assuring stats, then I don't know what are. Look, you have to take it a little bit on the chin. He's still young. So many players have probably had great stats when they're younger and just haven't really made it. So we have to be careful with it. We can't go treating him like he is the next big thing, despite one of his nicknames being Messi, if you haven't heard it. But of course, let's go actually have a look at the club that he's been playing for I think most of his life. River Plate. Now then, as of recent times, this has been his best performance, which was in 2024, Saturday. It's out of his last 10 games I looked at, and this was his highest rating of 8.5, only behind Solari, who got 2 goals and got 9 out of 10, to be fair to him. So, yeah, a great game, it seems, there for Echeverri with an 8.5, got an assist on the way. Let's have a look at some of his stats then, shall we? So, let's go for the attack. Let's find our guy. Here he is. Didn't get any goals, of course. Only had 1 shot. Wasn't on target. But he had 3 successful dribbles. We know he likes to dribble. And had 4 touches in the opponent's box, which seems to be a lot more than most players, despite a couple of these guys down here getting 1 more than him. This guy getting 1 more than him. And Pablo Solari, he got a lot of action this game and got 10 touches in the box. So now we move on to the passing stats. Claudio Echeverri, 61 touches, 29 out of his 36 passes were completed, leaving him with an 81% passing accuracy. Again, not that bad. People might be worried about that. I've said this a lot with players coming into the club. City play a lot more passing football, a lot more calm football, a lot of pass back is involved. I bet you in Echeverri's first 5 games, at least 4 of them, will be above this, and he'll have more passes than this too. But despite that, he got 1 assist, with 5 chances created. 5 chances created is the real one you want to have a look at, because that's more than anyone else, it seems, in the whole game. The only person that comes even close made 2 chances, which was Marcos Acuna and Santiago Simon. No one else comes close in terms of that, which is something big to watch. Passes into the final third with 4, and he had 5 out of his 6 crosses were accurate, which again seems to be a lot higher than most. That's 5 crosses. Hey, look, if City's corners could be as good as that every week, maybe we'd get a couple more set-piece goals. But look, nonetheless, 5 out of 6 crosses completed. A good stat to have. Again, it's more than anyone else on here. So he really seems to be the most creative outlet for them. None of his long balls are on target, but to be fair, he only tried once. Defensive, don't really expect him to be high on here. We'll try find him. 4 defensive actions, 2 out of 3 tackles won, which isn't too bad. 6 recoveries, which is, to be fair, one of the highest on here. It seems to be tied highest with Hernandez. There might be players higher than that, though. 1 clearance. And yeah, he got dribbled past 1 time. And to be fair, he's not a defender. He's probably going to get dribbled past a couple times. Now then, duels. Claudio Echeverri came third in this one, it seems, with 8 duels won, 6 lost, 8 out of 13 ground duels won, which, seems to be a lot. Only Meza really seemed to do a better job with that volume of dribbles attempted, or ground duels attempted. No, none of his aerial duels won, but he's a small guy, to be fair, Echeverri. Got fouled twice, didn't commit any fouls. And like we mentioned earlier, 3 out of 5 dribbles and 2 out of 3 tackles won. And so look, those are some pretty good stats. The real one here is the one you want to really be looking at with his chances created of 5 out of 6 crosses on target, and passes into the final third more. I know players up here got more than him, but to be fair, the whole team seemed to have a really good game to them. To be fair to them, and some long balls were included here, and he didn't really have any long balls. But look, again, I think he's not long to 19, so he looks really good just from these stats alone. Now I do want to move on to this short. Now I actually made this short when we initially signed him. It's not the highest quality, but I won't watch the whole of it because it's like almost a minute, well, just over 30 seconds. But we can watch through here. Good dribbling, and then a pinged ball forward, which did find his target. Then dribbling through here, skips past 1, skips past 2, dribbling forward, plays 1 to the left, and then just some close quarters dribbling there. The video's looping now. Some video clips aren't high quality, but if you want to watch the full thing, it's got some nice music in the background too. I've just got it on mute to avoid copyright. But yeah, there's some real nice stats to look at there. Now then, onto the final area. We'll have a look at how we could fit into the team. This is imagining if he just slipped into the team right now, which he probably won't. He's not going to get many games from now until the end of the season, I would have thought. Maybe he gets one in the next round of the FA Cup. But here we are. So obviously, you don't really need to acknowledge these, but you do have to acknowledge this area. Claudio Echeverri, his primary position, to be fair to him, is here. This is where he wants to be, I imagine. Okay, as do a lot of players, but look, Pep Guardiola, with this position, he's very careful with it. He tends to put only the players that he really trusts the most here. Phil Foden earned that right last season. Hasn't really played there. Well, he has played there quite a bit this season. It's just been a bit more poor, Phil Foden. It's been a poor season for him, as it has for most of the squad. But nonetheless, this is where Echeverri wants to be. But I don't think Pep's going to give him that just on the fly. And I think Marmoush, Foden, De Bruyne are probably all ahead of him in that respect. And another position he can play is the left wing and the right wing. I stuck him on the left, though, because I tend to see a bit more of his clips come from playing down the left side, to be fair to him. So this is where he could fit in. And maybe one day, he can have a role in this central area. He's 19. In 3 years' time, where he's adapted to the squad, hopefully, he will be 22. And he could very well be slipping into here. look, 3 years is a long way away, and a lot can change. Who knows how Claudio Echeverri's move to the club is going to be. Some of these guys might not even be here. I imagine a lot of them will, because it's kind of quite a young lineup for the most part. Diaz and Edison and Kova are probably the oldest here. Kova probably won't be here. I imagine Diaz will be, possibly. I imagine he will. And Edison is probably gone. But yeah, other than that, though, 23, 24, 21, 20, 23, 26, he'll be here. Like I said, 19, 25 in May, 25 this year, I think. So, look, all a very young lineup, and they'll be in their prime, most of these guys, in 3 years. But look, you might be wondering now, so you show me all these stats. What does Echeverri bring? Well, clearly he brings good chance creation, some accurate passes, good dribbling. If you want to see some more of that dribbling, just go. Hey, you don't even need to watch my show. There's some great videos on YouTube that go over some of his brilliant stats. So go check it all out. Honestly, I think he's a really exciting talent. Not gonna act like I watch him every week. I've mainly seen just highlights of him, but the stats, his brilliant under-20s tournament for Argentina, all seems to be pointing in the right direction, and it's just fingers crossed that he can hit the potential that City have signed him for. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's answered some of your curiosities on Claudio Echeverri. If it has, feel free to hit the like, maybe subscribe. And there are more of these on the way with every signing we make, so feel free to check those out. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you all in the next one.